But we kick things off with the Brunch Run and the Thunderbikes. Leading into the race, unfortunately, we lost one of South Africa's top superbike contenders, Leon de Lange. And as always, a magnificent display of motorcycles to say farewell to a man who's been around for a while in motorcycle racing. But it's racing proper that we get under with here into turn one. And joining me in the commentary booth for the very first time, Laren van der Westhuizen. Great to have you on Extreme Festival, buddy.
Oh, great to be here. Of course, I've spent some time on the Zwartkops track, know all about it, but in four wheels. So here we are, out in two wheels, something I do know a little bit about, but the dirt side of things, Greg.
Yeah, hopefully none of these guys are going to go dirt tracking. But as you can see at the front end here, things are looking pretty interesting because the first three bikes are actually pumping in times that could possibly bump them out and move them up to Thunderbikes. This, of course, is a brand new sponsor involved this year with SIlverton, Bolt and Nut coming on with the Brunch Run. And great to see them getting involved behind a massive field of over 45 riders on the grid.
Oh, Dirk Stolz we saw going there, possibly one of the riders that may be going to be bumped right out of this because twisted that throttle and up to the front on the number 56.
He's going to have to be very careful though as he comes to take the checkered flag. Dirk Stolz will take the race win, but unfortunately breaking out of the allotted time will move him a little bit back with the penalty given. Donnie Jones takes the win. Leon van den Berg and Marius Kukamove top three in Bs. Dion Smith, Gavin Breckel and Ferdinand Frederick top three in As. Right into race number 2 and a much better start this time out for the 691 bike of Leon van den Berg. He goes down into turn 1 and gets a massive lead over the rest of the field. A couple of guys stuck on the line there, I think.
Leon van den Berg, what a whole shot. We would call that in motocross as well. Used to a bit of ball banging going into turn 1. These guys are a little careful through the sharpest corner in Zwartkops, but from here they'll build their momentum.
Marius Kukamove also with a very good start there on the Honda. He's been a big Fireblade fan all his career and certainly loves fighting at the front end. But as you can see, it's fighting right the way through, even amongst the No Rules team. Round the outside, the 155 Adam van Tonder trying to get up, and he didn't get a great start. Nice start here from Rupert Fourie, the man from Four Ways Motorcycles. He's fighting hard, and remember, he's also sponsored by SIlverton, Bolt and Nut, the new sponsor of the Brunch Run class.
Great to have all these new sponsors on board. That's what's picking up this level of riding. And Greg, I'm impressed to see the lean angles the guys have got in this Brunch class.
Yeah, we got guys and girls fighting at the back end as well. All the lady riders out there. Lisa de Beer and Jackie Posture, Jonty Olivier also having some fun and games as the flag comes out once again.
So we go through the results then, and a good win there for Dirk Stolz on the Kawasaki. Donnie Jones, Rex Diffin Gearbox in second place, and Marius Kukamove running out the top 3.
From the Brunch Run, we head straight into the Thunderbikes. This is where all the ex-national championship riders have come to play for the first part of the season. And down into turn 1, BMW Performance Corner. Wow, look at that! It's side by side between two of SA's best riders. And who's got the whole shot? I can't even tell you yet because they're still side by side. Grobler and Gildenhuys went into turn 1 and turn 2 side by side, and getting it all wrong. That's Kevin Redmond all the way from Port Elizabeth.
Well, my palms are sweaty and I'm only in the commentary box. This is what action's all about. No holds barred at all.
Oh, that's a big one. Oh, that is a huge one. That is Karen de Lange going down there and Teddy Brook going right up the back. That brings out the red flag. A massive accident between the two of them. So Karen de Lange unfortunately just getting caught out by Teddy, who got on the brakes, got a little bit of an endo, and this is the kind of action we see up front. Grobler is starting to open up a little bit of a margin now over Gildenhuys. The battle for second place is heating up because all of a sudden it's Upton and Flock and another rider down.
Oh, Greg, they're lying down everywhere. It's obviously hot action. These guys need a rest.
Hendrik de Bruin getting it all wrong, getting it all right though, and a welcome return from the UK. Nicholas Grobler takes his first victory in Thunderbikes ahead of Gildenhuys. In Class X, Ryan van Arsvegen wins out the Class A's, beating Steven Steenkamp. Brandon Good, the Class B's, beating Chris Duplessis, and Steven Smith wins out Class C. Into race number 2, lights go out. Who's going to get the whole shot this time? It's going to be a battle between Gildenhuys and Grobler again, and I think Gildenhuys might have just got there. No, in fact, he got the start all wrong, and it's Grobler who leads out with Upton on his tail, and it looks like Garrick Flock there in third.
Great start from Upton. Going into turn 1, he'll be impressed to be right behind Nick Grobler, but touching as they go down through that very sharp right-hand turn.
Touching, that was completely wrong there by Adolf Boshoff. He went up on the curb and overtook, taking Bjorn Espen out in the process. I'm not quite sure what Boshoff was thinking. Upton has hit the front. He's got to the lead now, and he's got a very hard charging Grobler on his tail. But further back, though, check at the action right the way through as Russ Page is starting to get in the thick of it too. It's great to see. This is how we like to see Thunderbikes in full flight.
We're never going to predict who's going to win these races. Darren Upton showing his true class with, of course, the experience of Nick Grobler just coming back from overseas right on his tail.
Well, there's the man who took out Bjorn Espen in turn 2. I think he might have a word with the COC after this. It wasn't quite what was expected. You could see he put his hand up. He realized he'd made the mistake. Speaking of mistakes, though, it was Grobler who made the mistake in the second one and unfortunately lost out to Upton.
It's a great win from Darren Upton in the second race, winning out Class X ahead of Nick Robler. Steven Steenkamp winning Class A, Chris Duplessis winning Class B, and Nico van der Merwe winning Class C.